Yeah, man, bless up people, you done know. It is I, Blind Visionary, aka The Conduit, back with another review. But before I get into the review, like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. We need to get these numbers up, people. You done know. Act accordingly. Anyway, without further ado, today's review is a part two to a project from a Culture Corner staple that just dropped a few weeks ago. A little over a month ago, in fact. This is part two of Bad Seed Presents the sixth Everything Means Nothing, Vol.2 to be exact. And this is more of what came before, but in my humble opinion, a lot more better and banging. Not because of the features are any better, because again, just like the last one, everybody basically did their thing. The difference here, I think, is the production. And for some miraculous reason, there are people out there who thought that I was hating on Volume 1 because I had a couple of pet peeves with certain production choices. And even though I respectfully explained it, it's like, okay, the person who, or persons who had an issue didn't seem that way because they seem to think that because I am doing a review, I have a public opinion, I should gargle certain people's balls and not have my own independent opinion. And that's not the case. If something don't gravitate with me, it don't gravitate with me, plain and simple. People are entitled to their opinion. And it's not like I was like, it's garbage. And I wasn't being disrespectful. I didn't say it was crap. I was just like, this is my issue with it. And I still praise the project overall. So I don't know what the hell you people want. But anyway, I just have to be objective and drop the objective perspective. And with that said, this follow-up is pretty much more the same as far as no guided structure like a solo actual album. This is just like an audio compilation of a bunch of ciphers and just Seed showcasing a bunch of dope artists from the underground along with the six-man roster sprinkled in throughout. But I think what really makes this stand out to me as far as Volume 2 being above Volume 1 is the production. With the exception of one track that have a familiar sample that's been used a bunch of times, all these beats are pretty fresh and they knock and they're along the same vein of like, okay, this is a dude who rapping and I have a bunch of features on him shit. So it gives the MCs room to do what they do. And again, like I stated before in the last review of this, the Volume 1, this is like a showcase that Seed is not selfish and kind of want to spread the word about all these people through his platform, which is consistent quality music. And that's reflective from the intro to the last bonus track that you hear on this shit. Money is very hard to come by these days, and there's so much music. And when an artist asks you for your money, he has to deliver something that's worthy to say, okay, my money was well spent, and I'll be a return customer. I got something out of this. And yeah, I mean, if you're a deep scholar type person, if you want depth, if you want substance, this is not like that type of shit. This is not Reef the Lost Cause, the Triumphant. If you want that type of shit, go listen to that. But like, this is unapologetic East Coast street corner cypher hip hop over beats. Just people just rapping for the most part, with like a tiny exception at the end, which is probably my favorite song on this project. But I have a lot of actual standout favorite songs, but that one in particular because it really resonated with me because of what is being said. But yeah, overall, all these beats go hard. All these MCs did their thing. And there's one exception I have with the features, and it's not necessarily something wrong with it. I just never been a fan of the dude's voice, and I'll get to that when I go through the track breakdown, which I'll be getting to right about now. Now, in this track breakdown, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse and stating the obvious, so I don't really need to get into details. I just go say, okay, there's no whack songs on this. There are no okay songs on this. Everything is dope. So here's what I'm going to do. As I go through the songs, I'm going to state whether it's just dope, which means it's a really, really good song, or dope naras, which means it's a song that I really, really, really liked and I highly recommend out of all these other really dope songs. So you got it? Alright. So with that said, we get into the intro of Volume 2. And it's called Pre-Game, and it's produced by S2, and it's a basketball excerpt, as you know, the whole basketball theme thing with the six-man entertainment goes. So yeah, it continues that over a nice dope beat. So yeah, continuation of what was going on before, but man, it's been taken up a notch. And I kind of like the way it was built up, because you could have easily compiled these songs with and like mix them up with Volume 1 and Volume 2. So it would have been like a roller coaster. So you'd had ups and downs. Whereas this was a climb, and now you're at the top of the hill and it's just like you're off to the races. So I appreciate that build up, especially if you get the deluxe edition and you get the whole total package. You get to experience that build up. Is like, okay, you start off first gear, second gear, and then by the time you're in fifth gear, you're like, yeah, you're done now. So that's the case, and that's very apparent with the first song. Means Something, featuring Kratona P and Nam Nitty, produced by Nam Nitty. Yeah, it's some hard body shit, and yeah, this is dope naras. So the first song with the gate, I believe, in my mind, is dope naras. Everything about this is straight up hard body knocking shit. Very appreciated. So then we have the next song, LeBron Shoes, produced by Freak Show, featuring LR Blitzkrieg and Edie the Mad Assassin. Dope song. Almost dope naras, but I think Means Something have a little edge over this. But again, as I stated before, all MCs did their thing. I don't need to touch a single aspect, no pun intended, pause, of Bad Seed or what he's saying, because if you don't know by now, then I don't know if to tell you. Go check the bunch of other reviews I've done on him. Anyway, Live from the Locker Room, featuring Honey De Niro and Mo Ruckus, produced by Murder Megs. Dope naras, especially Honey De Niro verse. And Mo Ruckus, that's all I'm gonna say. Dude have an album coming out, supposed to be soon, I hope, sooner than later, named Behemoth. So I'm kind of looking forward to hearing what an album with a name like that will sound like. It should be quite interesting. But yeah, this is another dope naras song in my mind. So big up to Murder Megs. You done know. Anyway, so then we have Chichawap. That's if you say it. That's how you say it. Featuring Rusty Jukes, produced by Team Demo. Now, this is another almost dope naras song.
Music. No. New music.
And the reason...
Single by Stove God Cooks is available now. Attachment.
You have to be fucking kidding me. Alright, I'm going to go with it. Anyway, phone. As I was saying, the only reason I don't say this dope naras is not seed verse, it's not the beat, is the fact that Rusty Juke's verse was just alright. Like, I have heard this brother drop some serious obliteration. And I kind of figured with a beat like this and with, being on a track with Seed, it would have been a little bit more on point. So I have to take away a slight edge. So this falls very, very short of being on the Dope No Ras list. All right. So then we have KRS-2. When this shit started, I was kind of in two minds about it. And I heard like the long PM Dawn clip from the interview with that whole shit that one that they go on. If you're around, then you know. If not, then do your history and do the knowledge and research and whatnot. But yeah, this is a very, very dope song. But I can't give it the Dope No Ras, despite, both Seed and Napoleon the Legend doing them thing, especially Seed. But the reason I can't do that is because I can't rock with that chorus. I never could when KRS-One was doing it, so I can't rock with it here. As a matter of fact, I never rock with it back in the day when local dancehall man them was doing it. That's just, if you like that, then fine, but I can't, but still a Dope No Ras song. The beat is ridiculous. Like I said, rhymes are ridiculous, so, moving on. Top 10 featuring Honey De Niro, produced by Murder Megs. No, man, I'm telling you, Honey De Niro need to be in the conversation with a lot of these hard body, raw ass female MCs. Her name is not being mentioned enough, and it's a crime because homegirl, like, she not gonna blow your mind as far as complex pen game, but what it is maturity and street wisdom, and well executed in a way where it might as well be out of this world. Like, it is one of those type of people where, it's like a really short person and them can knock somebody out or knock them clear across the room. That's the type of MC Honey De Niro is. So yeah, pay attention, people. She was one of the highlights on both of these volumes. Like, she did her thing, held her own as the only female MC with all these dudes. And this is another example of that. So, yeah, as we continue on. Dope song. So then we have the song that has a repeated sample that's been used a couple of times. But as much as that is a pet peeve, I can kind of rock with this because, one, the drums on this shit are ridiculous. Two, the rhymes, obviously. And it's kind of not done in the exact same way other people have done it. So I'll rock with Is He Dead. I'll let it slide. I won't crucify it. John Jig and XL did their thing. Dope team demo track. So I can't front on this. I can't hate despite what I say. So then we'll move on to, this is a Dope No Ras song. Probably my favorite song on the strength of the hook, and the beat is just sinister. Now it's Cha Cha, if that's how you pronounce it. Featuring Nam, Niddy and Rim, produced by Team Demo. And yeah, this hook bridges the gap between traditional rap and accessible rap as far as the hook catching a fuck. Was it not catching a corny way? And it's still raw, as like, you hear the beat, you know what I mean? So this is not in any way it's like a pop, but it have the elements to say, okay, I could see the hating ass kids who hate us, quote unquote, old heads, fucking with a song like this. And yeah, this is definitely the standout just on the strength of the chorus alone. So this is my number one Dope No Ras song on it, but it's not my most impactful song. That is still coming up. So then we'll have Two Times featuring Hells Yeah and Mo Ruckus, produced by, hold on, I'll soon tell you. Produced by CJ Dope. Now, just like with the KRS-One thing, the hook is the issue that I have here. Or KRS-2, sorry. The hook is the issue that I have here, because it samples Busta Rhymes, the intro from Wild for the Night, And I don't think it's the actual way they just loop him saying one time, two time. I just think maybe it's too loud. So especially, it was annoying the hell out of me when I was bumping this project. So maybe that was something that just slipped under the rug during the engineering process, or maybe my ears just too damn sensitive. I don't know. But that's not taking anything else away from this dope ass track. Like, beats dope, rhymes are dope, and like, I have to come up with things to kind of cherry pick as far as being a critique, or else I just gonna keep praising shit. So yeah, not a dope song. Definitely not dope nor ass, but still dope. The hook makes it not dope nor ass. Maybe if it had a different hook, it would be dope nor ass. But hey, whatever. Anyway. So then, wait, hold on. Okay, so next song is Rapper Shit featuring Squeegee Oblong. What a name. But yeah, dude did his thing. Dope beat all across the board from start to finish. So this is another example of that. And yeah, this would fall into the dope category. Like I said, you get your money's worth here, people. So then we have another dope Nara song, the Carney Era, featuring Wordsworth. So you should already know where this is going based on just the title track alone. So I mean, the fucking Ras, the title of the track alone, and it is produced by S2. So you know what you're getting off the bat here, and you can't go wrong with anything featuring Wordsworth. So as we continue, quite a few dope Naras songs on here, amongst the dope songs. No okay songs. So again, quality products, people. Take note. The bar has been set. If you want people money, you can't deliver less than certain things, and yeah, it is what it is. You are or you aren't. Up to you. So we have Platoon featuring Mo Ruckus and Honey De Niro, produced by Nam Nitty. And this is, again, all 6-man roster across the board. And it's funny how these two MCs on the track besides Seed, like Honey De Niro and Mo Ruckus, like night and day. Obviously, them cut from the street cloth, but like their styles is like on the other side of each other. But they meet in the middle and they blend perfectly over the beat, and both MCs knew their assignment and acted accordingly. So I would say this is a dope song. Not a fan of the beat. It's not a horrible beat. It's just like, I thought, okay, maybe I would probably like this shit more if it was a different beat. And yeah, I think Necro did use this shit on Sabak Red album for like the AIDS song. So I think that's what it is. Anyway. Next song is All Star Weekend featuring Cellar Dwellers, produced by Murder Migs, cuts by Tone Spliff. Now, where do I begin? Besides saying this is a dope Nara song by default because it have Cellar Dwellers on it. If you've been a fan of this hip hop shit and you've been a fan of this hardcore New York boom bap raw East Coast shit, then you should know who the Cellar Dwellers are. They took a hiatus for a couple of years. We were doing solo shit, then they reunited, and I'm glad to hear that, and I'm looking forward to new music and them doing what them do over this Murder Megs beat. It was a little appetizer, and I greatly appreciate it. So yeah, another dope Nara song. So we move on to is the last song officially, but not the last song because they're bonus tracks. But My Mama Said, featuring Kilricken and Chuck Brown, produced by Freak Show. Now, because of what is being said here, this is my favorite song, especially the first two verses. And especially of those first two verses, seed verses, like, yeah, that's an MC right there. I can knock your head off, but I can be vulnerable when I need to be. Because at the end of the day, that's grown man shit. And it wasn't done corny. It wasn't done like a pity party or anything. And that's true vulnerability. And that, ups the already established respect I have for any MC who does that. So big up to you, Seed, for that. And coming to the only issue I have with an MC featured on this, and is Chuck Brown. And it's not that the verse is bad. It's just something about him voice that I just could never. It's just me. It's one of those things where I guess it's an acquired taste and it's to each his own. But he didn't take away from the song. Like I said, it's still my favorite song out of all of these songs that are on this project. For the obvious reasons, I just think the two MCs did a little bit better job than he did. That's all it is. Anyway, so now we get into the bonus section. So is basically a couple of songs that are like solo songs and remixes. I think two solo songs, 3 remixes. I don't know. We will find out. So this first one is TOAT, produced by Team Demo. And I'm not supposed to like this song. I'm not supposed to like this song because it have the sample from Cormega, Dead Man Walking, and I think Just Blaze did use it on a Jay-Z song that miraculously is not on Blueprint 2 anymore. But out of all of those named, this is by far the most grimiest. So I can definitely appreciate this and see it complimented. So here I go breaking my repeat sample rule again. Shit. You're still gonna be mad at me for something that I have to say about this album though, because yeah, nobody's allowed to criticize anything. Anyway, I digress. We'll move on to PH, produced by S2, which is a letter to his fallen brother in arms, brother in general, Pumpkinhead. If you know the story, you know how important this brother was to Bad Seed. So him do rep nothing without repping this brother. This brother is first and foremost the executive producer on all of the Bad Seed projects. So honoring him, you feel it for him, you feel it for his loss. And you're reminded that underground hip hop lost something special when they lost this dude. So this is a song that kind of, take you down from out of the cipher and just remind you to just cherish people who you value when they are here. And when they're gone, if that unfortunately happens, honor their name and let it live on. So that's a testament to what Seed is doing, and dope song. So we'll move on to the remixes. I guess some guy named Frank, or that's what my phone said. So the first one is It Ain't Litty. Shit's dope. I prefer the original. So then we'll have the Rocky Dennis remix. Again, I prefer the original, but don't get it twisted. This is still very dope. And in fact, I'm going to use this as a teachable moment that this is the type of shit I hope DJ Premier is going to give Nas. Because it sounded like a DJ Premier beat, but it just wasn't. It was this guy, Frank, or whoever it is. And it just kind of goes to show that there are people out there who can do Premier style just as good as him, and in some cases a lot better. So it's up to Premier to actually show and prove and take his shit back. That remains to be seen though. Anyway, so then we'll reach to Diddy Bop King remix. Again, dope, but I prefer the original. But you know what though? I can't be mad at none of these dope songs. I mean these bonus tracks. None of it is whack. It's just an extra. I think, when you go to a restaurant and you're a regular and people want to show that them appreciate you, so them throw a little extra side in the bag or whatever. That was what happened here. So yeah, this is a nice deluxe meal for your ears, for your soul. If you're a person who want to get, stimulated for write some raps, this is good for kind of bounce off of these varied MCs from the underground on this thing. It's also, I'd say, a good workout soundtrack. Just drop on volume 1 and volume 2 and just make it run. It will build up, like towards the end of your workout, you'll be punching through the wall. So yeah, big up all the MCs involved. Big up the producers. Big up the Bad Seed for, again, not hogging the spotlight, not hogging the ball. And yeah, I recommend getting this deluxe edition because volume 1 is what it is, but I think this is an entire package worth supporting. So yeah, you can't go wrong with it. This has been another blind review. You done know I have spoken. All right, where the fuck is the camera?
Stop recording video.